Edgewood is a very unique place, and if you haven't been there, you wouldn't necessarily understand. But it was started as a Catholic college. I'm not Catholic myself, but the values and the nuns that started the school and the way they look at people and the way they care, social justice and respecting everybody for who they are, and just the interest they take in each individual and the way they care about building community and a community of learners. They practice what they preach, and even though there aren't many nuns left and we don't appear to be very Catholic, what they bring to us makes us just different. And I love Edgewood because of that, because people so care about each other, people are so committed and so devoted, and there's so much time people are spending helping each other. That's really what it's all about, and learning together. And you just don't find that other places. So I love it. It's a completely different class. It's a very comfortable, small community feeling. Students care about each other, they know each other. If somebody doesn't show up, people are missing them, wondering where they are, calling them or emailing them, or maybe I'm calling them and emailing them. Everybody's knows each other's situations and what they care about, and so if somebody doesn't show up, there's always someone else who'll say, oh, Courtney, this person's doing this, and then we know when they come back, oh, you just had eye surgery, or whatever it is. So it's the feel of Edgewood as well as the size that's very special to me. Well, we certainly believe in being research-based in the things that we teach. When we teach methods and what's going on in the world and what they need to know, we have to be on top of it, as we are. But it's also very practitioner-based. It's based in what you're going to be doing. I have students that are teachers' aides, some are teachers. Most of them are in some sort of education-oriented or child-oriented field. So every day when they come, I want to give them something that they can take back and use immediately. So it's not just theory, it's how do we put this into action? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to the people you're working with? Mm-hmm. So that becomes maybe a challenge for me, but really because of the type of students that I have, these are graduate students, they're usually a little older adults, they're not 17, 18 years old, they've got a lot to bring to the table too. So if I ever give them an idea and say, well, I think you ought to do this, because the research said it, they would tell me very quickly that doesn't work for this reason, and we can have a good debate, and if they're right, I need to know more about it, So it's really fun to learn from each other. They keep me on top of my game, and I try and keep them on top of their game. So. Well, there's been a new movement across the United States to bring people back into the schools after high school, so that when students finish at 18 or 21 that have special needs, beyond just a learning disability, more severe disability, that they continue to learn and grow and maybe become more marketable out in the field so that they can get a job. And so we decided that was much needed in Wisconsin. There is no other integrated program for individuals with more severe disabilities, cognitive disabilities, autism, things that might interfere with their actually getting into college in most cases, where they may not have the ACT scores to get in. So we bring them in and give them an opportunity to take classes, some for credit, some for audit. Often, we're not expecting them to graduate from college. Maybe they'll get a certificate in childcare or something like that. But I was very involved in bringing this program because I thought it was what happens with the students that my teachers will be teaching next. This is where they'll be. And what a great opportunity for my teacher to work with them and see where they're going to go. Because if you know what the end point is for a student, you're much more able to give them the information and the skills that they need as a special ed student to make it. So we work with them, and a lot of times if I'm teaching a methods class, I'm using the methods best practice, and we try it out on the cutting edge students. I show them this is how I would teach this way, this is how I differentiate, this is how I use universal design, and then my students, each student does a unit where they have one period where they're going to teach and use those methods in something that they're going to teach them. So we all work together teaching it. But we have a good time with those cutting edge students. My students get very attached to the cutting edge students. They want to know what happened to them. They come back and call me about them or keep in contact with the students because they're wonderful, hardworking students that just happen to have some special needs that most colleges are not going to do anything about or help them with. And most of them have always wanted to go on to school. Maybe they've had brothers and sisters that have gone off to college. The parents in particular are thrilled that there's some sort of an option for this child after 18 or 21 because the options are so few. And there are a few other programs in Wisconsin that might serve them that are completely segregated places where you might go and learn how to make beds and make breakfast and that kind of thing. But our program is not about that. Our program is about some academic, so you've got some information about how to do something that you like to do better, and you might get a job, you develop a portfolio, maybe get a certificate where you can take it to an employer and say, look, I already know about childcare. I've put 48 hours in working and these different things that I've done. And on top of that, they also are getting social skills that they're not going to get anywhere else. And so in the program we have 14 students right now, 12 of which are living independently of their parents. They're not living at home. They're living in dorms or they're living in apartments with a little bit of support from our program. So it's a fun part of what we do. Because of the Cutting Edge program, we have some graduate assistantships, which mean that we can help students pay for their own schooling. So when you come, if you wanted to work in the Cutting Edge program, doing different things, maybe going to classes with students, maybe helping students get homework done, maybe helping students learn to ride the bus, maybe helping students with some job things that they're trying to learn. Maybe they're trying to learn about, I want to work with children, I'm going to go to another grade school, and there's a grade school connected, of course, in a high school and a middle school right near our campus, all on the same area, and they can walk over there and work with a student there. Just so many things that you can do that are fun things that are related to what you want to learn, but at the same time you're getting 6 credits for free and getting paid. So it's a wonderful opportunity. You can put it on your resume. People have heard about the Cutting Edge all over. I mean, it's known all over the country. People are asking. We're in some books that are, literally the Cutting Edge books about what to do for post-secondary education, and we're in there one of 3 of the model programs. So people have heard of us, and it would look good for you to have that experience, not to mention it's nice to get the money and have hours that work around your classes, and you know the students already, and it's just talk about a great part-time job. It's really a nice way to go. Well, first of all, I need to know them a little bit and talk to them and find out if it is, because I don't want to convince them if it isn't. If what they want is they want to go on and do a lot of research in the field and be very involved in that level, they may want the University of Wisconsin. That may be more their thing, where they're working with people that are researching all the time. Now, there's lots of opportunity for research at Edgewood College, partially because of the Cutting Edge program. We are a brand new program, 4 years, experimental the first year, and we're still learning, and we really are trying to find answers for everyone else. We're trying to set the stage and show people what can be done. So we can do a lot of research, and there's a lot of opportunities for that. But, it may not be the place, and some people are interested in online, do their schedules. We are very good in that we have my classes start at 4 and later. I don't teach during the day, wish I did, but, 4 o'clock is when I'm teaching because that's what's more convenient for my students. So their classes will be in the evening and on the weekends. And I think that's a perfect way to go for them. But, for some people, again, maybe they want online. For me, as a teacher and educator, the kind of person I am, and I think the way most teachers are, I don't think online makes many people happy. Most people that try online courses find it very impersonal, and what they really love is seeing the other people in the class, working with Cutting Edge students, coming and talking, being able to share their experience with everybody, and you just don't have that same feel. You're usually in special ed because you're a people person and you care about others. So doing an online program just doesn't have the excitement of, I'm not saying they're dying to come, maybe it's a hard, long day, but when they get there, they're happy they're there. They're happy that other people are there, and we make it an experience that's giving them something back, and they gain, and they get some energy from being there instead of being drained at the end of the day and you have to do this thing. It's something that makes them feel better and hopefully gives them some answers to the questions they've been asking. We went from being an ED, a program that taught for teachers to be certified in emotional disturbance and learning disability. We added cognitive disabilities. That's where it all started. It used to be everything was special. It was kind of cognitive disabilities, and it's gone full circle to the point where now cognitive disabilities is coming back again, and that's why we've upgraded our program, brought in the triple cert, so you would be certified to teach ED, LD, or CD. And then you specialize in one area, ED, LD, or CD, but you have that triple cert to teach any of those. And so the districts really like that. Our students really like that. It doesn't mean that you want to teach everything. And that's important to me, that they get experiences. And there are many different experiences, not just my experience with the Cutting Edge, which is often CD oriented, a lot of autism, Some severe LD, different things like that. There's, different syndromes and things that our students have, ADHD. But we also have students that go to Cabrini Green, and you can go to Cabrini Green and, have an experience in kind of inner city and working with students that live in the projects or used to live in the projects when they still existed. And so you get the very urban as well as the rural experience in working with students in different areas. So that's what we're going to keep working on, is making sure we serve the needs of all populations. And that's challenging, but we want to give people those experiences. We're all human and respect each other, and when we deal with individuals with disabilities, it's not in a caretaking manner, it's in a reciprocal manner. And that's what I want to, if nothing else, teach people that come to Edgewood College,